how you all work me. One of my viewers, one or the other of them, wanted to know, sent me a letter about where you put the dots on the guitar, and I was assuming that you bought a guitar and it had frets, but if you're going to make your own one, it's quite simple how to do it. Another letter from Bruce, I'll come to that later. Anyway, it's quite simple how to do it. If you go on the internet, you'll find all sorts of bamboozling information. But it's quite simple. Now, I made this myself, the whole guitar, and it didn't take long. And as I said, the important thing is you have a decent piece of wood. This is a beechy, I think, but close grained and no splinters. And it goes all the way through. I've recessed the wood a bit, right to the end there. Now you've got the nut here, and I forget what that's called. That's just a bolt there, and it vibrates. This is the important thing. The strings vibrate from there to there, unless you put the slide on it, and then it vibrates a shorter distance. So how do you work out where these, I could show you here, where these markings can go, and you'll see that they start wide apart there, and it's a geometric progression. They get smaller. And down there's quite a small distance compared with there, and you can go into all sorts of things, but all you've got to remember to work it out, you're going to need a tape measure, viewers, like this, centimetres for preference, a pocket calculator, unless you're clever, and then this piece of paper, and it's the rule of 18, and if you go on the internet, there's loads of stuff, pages and pages and pages. The actual number you're going to be dividing by is this one, 17.817, but 18 is close enough. You think, how do you do that? Well, it's quite simple. You get your tape measure, and you measure between the nut next to the tensioners at the top, the motor head as they call it. You measure that in centimetres all the way down to the bolt at the other end. I wonder if I can, I don't know if I can. No, I can't. But anyway, imagine that's the neck. Coming from there, I'll show you. You measure this distance from there to there in centimetres to the nearest millimetre. And then when you've got that, you get your pocket calculator out. Assume you know how to use one of these, and you divide that length by 18, or to be accurate, 17.817. And when you get that measurement, you put a little mark in pencil there. It's a fraction of the whole thing, and you put a mark there, and I've marked mine actually forever with a cutting blade of a Dremel. And then you do the same again. You measure from there with a millimetre, from that one that you've just done with pencil or a Dremel to there, and you divide it by 17.817, and that measurement is smaller because the distance has got smaller, and you make a mark there, and then divide that by 17.817, get a smaller fraction, do it there and there and there until you get down to, really you only need to go down to here, to G, because then you've got the whole thing there. Now this neck, though, I'll just tell you, is longer than normal because I've got a deeper voice. I thought, let's experiment and have a longer neck. It's sort of between an ordinary guitar and a bass guitar. But I think, if anything suits me, it suits me a bit better. So that's how you do it. The rule of 18 you'll see on the internet, plenty of information. Divide it by, from there to there by 18. Make a mark and make a mark and make a mark. Okay? You got that? That's all there is to it. That's the end of today's video. Next video, though, I'm going to show you how to play a couple of songs, and we might even go through them. Oh, Bruce. Bruce says, Dear Dave, had second thoughts. He spoke to Greta the other day, and Greta's had a calming effect on him. And Greta said, come on, let bygones be bygones, and, you know, it might help. And anyway, I'm going to be affiliated to Greta's channel. So that's good news. What's that? David Attenborough at the door again. David Attenborough, the world is not going to end. Not today.